What the hell happened? Where the hell am I? My phone. My wallet. Son of a bitch! Not again! I got fucking drugged and fucking robbed at the strip club again.
And I drug niggas up and I robbed them!
Damn you, Cardi B! It's me, Righty here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Hustlers.
We didn't do anything wrong.
Hustlers stars Jennifer Lopez, Keke Palmer, Constance Wu, and Lily Reinhart. Let's get right into it. Oh, before I do that, like all my new movie reviews, I'm going to keep it short, sweet, simple, and to the motherfucking point. Now let's get it started. Hustlers follows the story of Constance Wu's character, Destiny, as well as Jennifer Lopez's character, Ramona, as these two strippers. One of them is kind of like a veteran stripper who's played by Jennifer Lopez, and the other one is like a rookie stripper that's kind of barely entering this world and is only being a stripper to like help out her grandma and kind of get like back on her feet and kind of like sort of make a life for herself and make some money for herself, while you have J-Lo's character who's kind of this like I said, like a veteran stripper who's been in the game a while, kind of knows the ins and outs of like everything. And Constance Wu's character like sees this and quickly realizes like, hey, I gotta get in with this bitch. Like, this bitch knows what's fucking up. And Jennifer Lopez kind of like takes this like quick liking to Destiny, Constance Wu's character, and like sort of takes her under her wing and is kind of like her stripper Yoda, and like shows her like the ins and outs of the game and like how to like hustle these guys for money and stuff like that. And the film kind of takes off from there. It kind of shows like their progression and their friendship growing together, and like they're making money, they're hustling these dudes, they're dancing for them and whatnot. And then you know, Constance Wu's character, she gets pregnant and she has to get out of the stripper game for a while, and she realizes like, you know, trying to get a fucking job in the real world fucking sucks. And I mean, you don't make the same amount of money as you do as being a stripper. You have to work in either fucking retail or a fucking restaurant, some like shitty 9-to-5 situation. And so she's like, fuck this, I'm done with this, I don't want to do this anymore. So she ends up back at the strip club again, and where she notices that the strip club isn't all that booming or bumping like it used to be due to the 2007 financial crisis. That's right, this movie takes place almost like a decade, more than a decade back. This movie takes place in 2007, and it kind of goes from 2007 all the way to like 2014, where you see like the slow but steady decline of like the financial crisis, and how like these Wall Street guys who used to roll up to the club and like spend like tens of thousands of dollars, they're not doing that anymore because they've lost like hundreds of thousands of dollars in this financial crisis. And so Destiny and Jennifer Lopez's character Ramona see this and they realize this, and all the while you have Destiny, Constance Wu's character, coming back into the fray of like stripping and stuff like that, and she notices Ramona, who she hasn't talked to for a very, very long time, and that's when Ramona gives her kind of lays this idea on her, or tells her what she's been doing, how to make money, and the film goes from there. I have to say, this film, it really fucking surprised me. I wanted to hate this film so fucking bad, mainly because this person comes out in it, and I cannot fucking stand Cardi B. She's all like a fucking, like, I just can't stand her. I just can't fucking stand her. I just really can't. And gladly, this film uses her as kind of like a cameo and uses her as little as possible. And also, this singer comes out, Lizzo, who you may know from her like super smash hit song that every fucking girl is singing, Truth Hurts. And going back again to what I was saying, this film, it really surprised me. It was able to capture like the glamorous side of being a stripper, as well as like the dark side of being a stripper, where a lot of these women that are stripping, this isn't their first option. This isn't the thing that they want to be doing with their lives. And it kind of shows how like demeaning it is for them, and how kind of to a certain extent, like, they're forced into this life due to circumstance and stuff like that. Like, they have no other way but to do this. So the film does that good line of like kind of romanticizing that life, as well as showing you like it isn't all that fucking good. The same goes for these characters, especially Constance Wu's character, Destiny. She is kind of like the film's baseline. She is high whenever her life is high, and she's really fucking low whenever her life is low. And Constance Wu is able to pull off an incredible performance. I've never really seen her in a film. I've only seen her act on television. I've seen her on Fresh Off the Boat and like on an episode of Black Mirror. But in this film, she fucking brings it. She brings an incredible performance. As does Jennifer Lopez, who usually I think she is a really shitty fucking actress. I think she fucking kind of sucks as an actress. But in this film, she brings the fire. She brings the thunder. And I have to say, I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know everybody's favorite Jennifer Lopez movie is Selena, but I have to say, this is the superior Jennifer Lopez movie. This is probably her best fucking movie that she's ever acted in. And it shows. I mean, you can tell she's acting her ass off. Like, she's trying in this film. And her character is like pretty fucking complex. Her character is essentially this like wolf in sheep's clothing. She's caring and loving, but she's also kind of like villainous and kind of like, she concocts this plan to like drug these men and rob them and stuff like that. And she shows like zero remorse like for what she's doing. Meanwhile, all the other people she gets in on this, they are kind of remorseful. At first, they're kind of just like, no, we don't really want to fucking do that. Like, that sounds really fucking bad. Especially Constance Wu's character, who's kind of at first like a little bit against it. Like, she's just like, no, like, we could fucking hurt somebody. But then they slowly start to like, okay, fuck it, let's do it, right? Because they play these mental gymnastics with themselves and kind of like sort of trying to justify like what they're doing, and like, oh, I'm not the bad guy, you know what I mean? I mean, these people have more than enough money, and they're also crooks too. They're Wall Street fucking crooks and whatnot. And Jennifer Lopez is really good at like playing this character where she's like even trying to convince herself, as well as the other strippers that are in on it with her, that, hey, come on, we're not the bad guys. Like, what we're doing isn't that bad. And I like that this film does that. Like, this film, I really thought that this film was just going to be the whole time like, yes, girl power, oh, girl. But it wasn't that. It wasn't that at all. This film was kind of reminiscent to like the Wolf of Wall Street, you know what I mean? It romanticized a certain lifestyle, and it also showed you the pitfalls of that lifestyle, and it also showed you these characters who were trying to justify what they were doing, even though they knew what they were doing wasn't the right thing to do. I really have to say, again, this film surprised me. I was ready to hate this film. I was ready to come out here and like bitch and moan about it and call it fucking stupid and call it unbearable. But I have to say, I'm fucking stupid for judging this film before I even fucking saw it. And I'm gonna have to stop doing that because I have been really proven wrong. This was a really good watch. This was a really like insightful film. This film, again, it was able to kind of find that good like middle ground to where, I know I keep saying this, but it was able to romanticize the stripper lifestyle, as well as show you why it's kind of like not the best lifestyle to be in. And so for that, I have to give this film an 8 out of 10. I really suggest you go out and watch this movie. I suggest you take your friends to go out and watch this movie. Even if you're a fucking straight fucking guy like me, you will like this movie. I know I'm not this movie's target demographic, but I really enjoyed this film. And with that, guys, I gotta say, I'll see you in the next one. And make sure you go and watch Hustlers.